Today for the Bitcoin price, Bitcoin is here right now coming dangerously close to one of the biggest showdowns we will have seen for a very, very long time. And at the exact same time, you can see here on the downside, the Bitcoin hash ribbons indicator is about to flip a very, very powerful bullish buy signal for Bitcoin in the next week. I will not only be sharing my specific game plan, the direction of the breakout and the specific price target, but also going here on the weekly candles, I do want to prove to you that this buy signal here, which is going to come in the next week, will be the most powerful one, because every single time after the halving, we are getting one buy signal, and the specific buy signal on the hash ribbons after the halving is always the most powerful one, which takes us from a local low to the next all-time high every single time in 2013, in 2016 here to the all-time high in 2020. And right now the question is, of course, will we see the exact same thing happening once again? I will be sharing with you our specific price target for this bull market. I will be also sharing with you some data here from the stock markets indicating horrible performance here, and also some new data here from the new cases from the virus. So make sure you take a seat, make sure you scroll down, you smash up the like button for the video, number one, you press the subscription button, number two, the bell, and also press on all, because only then you can make sure that you are being updated when we are releasing our next video. Thank you so much for liking this video, guys. You are the best. You are the best family in the world. And with that being said, welcome crypto fans and welcome back to MMCrypto. My name is Chris, and as always, we are really pumped to go straight into the content. Okay, and as always, we are starting here on the daily candles for the Bitcoin price. And we are going to talk about this extremely powerful hash ribbons indicator. Wait for it, guys. Before I do want to talk about some very important technicals. As you can see, the Bitcoin price is right now being squeezed here until the end of this symmetrical triangle right now, and a breakout is imminent within the next few days. I do want to shed light on the direction of the breakout and also on the magnitude of the breakout, because if we were to pull out the volume candles, you can see that the volume is significantly decreasing here ever since we had the massive breakdown in March 2020. And guys, of course, a significantly declining volume is very, very important to predict a huge volatile move, not the direction. We will talk about the direction also. But if you look here at the volume candles, when the volume significantly declines on the daily candles, you can see that a massive volatile move is always about to come for Bitcoin. And of course, this works into both directions. Look at this. We had a significantly declining volume for Bitcoin, and then the Bitcoin price went down for a massive move to the downside. And right now we can see the same thing happening again, and I can tell you guys, a volatile move is about to come with 100% likelihood. Only the direction of the move is not certain yet, but this is what I'm gonna talk about right now. You do remember that we covered this ascending broadening wedge before, and that we actually broke down here. The breakdown was not significant, it was not supported by volume. However, the technical target of this breakdown is $4,800, and this is of course a very bearish target. But we can see that the Bitcoin price is right now holding very strong here in this symmetrical triangle, and as long as we are not breaking below the symmetrical triangle with the daily close, below the EMA daily ribbon with the daily close, and not creating a macro lower low here on the daily candles below 8,600, I personally remain bullish. And the reason for that being is that, guys, do not forget that we are in an uptrend, that we are consecutively here creating higher lows for Bitcoin, creating higher highs for Bitcoin. There is technically no reason right now to be bearish. There is absolutely no reason we are to go bearish unless we are not breaking these price levels, and then our opinion will change. Our opinion changes with the facts. Our opinion changes with the price action actually which is going on. So we are not trading anything right now unless we are getting the breakout or breakdown. And before I'm going here to the hash ribbons, guys, stay here until the end of the video. Do not want to miss out on that, because this is extremely powerful. I want you to talk about another indication that a massive and volatile move is coming right now. And this is the unique social volume. And this is another partner of us. You know that we are partnering up with Glassnode, and we are also partnering up with Sentiment. And this is not on-chain data. This is social metric data. And what you can see here is we selected Telegram It's just the one with the highest volume here, and also Bitcoin. And what we can see here is the number of mentions. How often was Bitcoin actually mentioned in different Telegram groups? Of course, our Telegram group is here also being taken into consideration. By the way, Telegram link in the pinned comment down below. A completely free group with 15,000 people. Guys, join the family, join the movement. But what you can see here is that always when Bitcoin was actually peaking out towards the upside or towards the downside, the social volume increased significantly. But whenever the social volume went down and reached levels of 300 to 500, just as we have it right now, after the halving, we went significantly down here on the social volume. Whenever this happened, a massive move for Bitcoin was imminent. You can see it here in April, massive move for Bitcoin. You can see it here in 2018, November, massive move to the downside, April, massive move to the upside. And then also you can see it here. It was approximately in December 2019, we went from 6,000 to 10,000, and right now you can see the social volume significantly decreasing again, indicating that the people are losing their interest in Bitcoin right now. Not only the volume shows it to you, also the social metrics, also the number of mentions Bitcoin actually has in the different Telegram groups. If you want to get this data completely for free, guys, by the way, here in the pinned comment, we not only have the free Glassnode link, we also have a free sentiment link. If you click on that, you will be redirected and you only put in your email address and you get a completely free sentiment account for 14 days. If you like it, you can prolong it. If you don't like it, it was for free, so whatever. If you want to take advantage of that, click that link here down below. But with that being said, let's go into the next news. Let's go into the hash ribbons news, because this is extremely important, guys. I mean, just judging from the past history, we can see that we had an average gain to peak after the hash ribbons buy indicator of 5,500%. Before I'm going to this hugely bullish implication here on the hash ribbons, I wanted to shed some light on a very slightly bearish point of view, because I want to be realistic here and I wanted to share it with you. You can see if you go to the Dow Jones futures here on investing.com that the Dow Jones futures are going down, and also here on the right hand side the S&P, Nasdaq, everything going down right now. The question right now is, of course, why? I mean, the Federal Reserve is buying up corporate bonds, the Federal Reserve is flooding the economy with currency, and of course supporting also indirectly here the stock market prices on the secondary market. So the question is, why is this peak ending right now? Why is the Dow Jones trending down since like 1 or 2 weeks? Well, guys, I can tell you the reason for that. The reason is, one of the reasons is the daily new cases. The investors are not stupid. They are seeing that the daily cases are increasing right now, indicating that we might see a second wave. And I'm not the person to judge the legitimacy of the numbers. I'm not the person to judge the severity of the virus and the severity of the danger of the virus. I don't know if it's dangerous or not. I'm not the person to judge that, and I do not trust the mainstream media whether it is dangerous or not. For me personally, maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm just not trusting them. But what I can tell you for a 100% likelihood, for a 100% certainty, is that the WHO and the governments, they are looking at these official numbers from the Johns Hopkins University. These are the official numbers. And if there is going to be an official second wave, this second wave will come due to these numbers, and you all know the deal. The governments are looking at these numbers, and if there is going to be a second lockdown, this lockdown will be coming from these numbers, guys. This is very important to mention. And a second lockdown would of course have severe implications on the projections of the market. And I do want to at least doubt that the Federal Reserve will be able to push that up only by buying corporate bonds. So if there will be a second wave, an official second wave, if there is going to be a second lockdown, I do predict that maybe the Federal Reserve will be starting also to buy stocks. You remember Janet Yellen already announced that they will be probably buying stocks. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for also a positive correlation of the Bitcoin price with the Dow Jones, with the traditional markets. Of course, guys, we have to be prepared for that, because so far it was the case, and we can only hope, if the markets are going to crumble down, that Bitcoin will be able to turn this positive correlation into a negative correlation, and that Bitcoin will be able to decouple. But now let's focus on the positive buy signal here for Bitcoin, because if I'm going to go here on the weekly candles, you can see we had so far 9 buy signals on the hash ribbons, but it was only those buy signals after the halving which were the last buy signals here. You can see it here in February 2013. You can also see it right here, the last halving buy signal indicator on the hash rates here. Once here after this vertical red line, after the halving, you can see it. And right now, after this halving in May, we will see the next buy indication flipping here on the hash ribbons in June 2020. And of course, the question is, will history repeat, and will this take us all the way up to the next price target I'm gonna be mentioning here in this video? Well, guys, I can tell you from an historical perspective, this is very likely to happen. Going here into the last historic price data, you can see that after the first halving in November 2012, we saw the buy indication flipping in February 2013 with a 5,700 gain to peak. And the next one only came 2 years afterwards. You can see it here always after the halving. We had a long time without any miners capitulation, giving us room to breathe here for this next up and coming bull market every single time here after the halving buy indicator. And of course, if we look at the official numbers here, you can see that after the first halving we had 5,700%. After the second halving and the buy indicator in August 2016, we had 3,200%. And the question right now is, of course, how high will the impact be this time after this halving? Because what I can tell you right now, let me go here back to the daily candles. Let me diminish all of this here. If I'm going to the daily candles back, you can basically see that the next buy indication is going to come very, very soon for Bitcoin. You can see it right here. Whenever the short-term moving average goes above the long-term moving average, we see the next buy indication flipping for the hash rate. And I want to tell you, this buy indicator is going to come until the end of next week. Let it be maybe the beginning of the week after the next week, most probably the end of the next week. We will see this buy indicator, and this buy indicator has a very limited downside of 3% historically. Of course, it can be higher in the future, but historically it was a very powerful one, and I do want you to be prepared for that. And yes, guys, I will be probably entering a very, very, very small leveraged long position here. Of course, only with play money here, speculating on a massive, massive increase for the Bitcoin price after the end of next week. And I'm personally predicting not a 5,700 increase here until the end of 2021, not a 3,200% increase. I do predict that the percentage returns to scale without taking hyperinflation into consideration are declining because the market is getting more mature. Of course, I cannot take hyperinflation into consideration because it's just impossible to predict here. But if we have approximately a 1,500% increase until the end of 2020, that would bring us approximately to a price target of 140,000, 150,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. But you can let me know what you think about that. You can let me know your personal price prediction for the Bitcoin price. Also, guys, I wanted to share very, very bullish news with you. Before that, please make sure you go down to the pinned comment, and if you're an experienced trader, you take advantage of the $402 completely for free after clicking the Bybit, Phemex or DueDEX link, and after 0.2 Bitcoin deposit, you get up to $402 completely for free, only if you are an experienced trader. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for supporting our channel with that as well. And now, guys, we did share something very important here on Twitter just a few hours ago. By the way, follow us on @MMCrypto. You get these updates very time sensitively here pushed towards you on Twitter. And what you can see here is that in 2010, Wikipedia deleted the Bitcoin page, calling it a scam. And now Wikipedia accepts Bitcoin donations. Well, guys, this sounds crazy, right? Considering that Donald Trump is against Bitcoin, many politicians are against against Bitcoin, that Steve Mnuchin is against Bitcoin, that all the institutions are against Bitcoin, most of the banks are against Bitcoin. And I do want to tell you, only because they are against Bitcoin in 2020, this doesn't mean that they will be against Bitcoin in 2030, because Bitcoin is not asking for any permission. Bitcoin is decentralized. Bitcoin is a decentralized network which is getting bigger and bigger without asking for permission. So they will have inevitably, once Bitcoin is big enough, to accept Bitcoin and then maybe even to respect Bitcoin. Another very bullish news here was from Land Rover, and we said, wow, look at Land Rover included Bitcoin in their 50-year anniversary. And if you look at these numbers here, they actually said in 2005 the first YouTube post, and in 2009 here the first the Bitcoin network was created, water found on Mars on 2015, and in 2017 the solar eclipse. And of course it is great to see how these huge brands are recognizing Bitcoin and also giving Bitcoin a very a lot of importance by putting them in alignment with these very, very important happenings for the human mankind within the last 50 years. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for smashing up the like button, supporting our channel, joining the Telegram group, using our affiliate section. It's truly appreciated. You are the family. You are the reason why I am standing up in the morning and doing these videos every single day. You are the best. Thank you so much for that. And we will see each other very soon at the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, as always, bye-bye.